Welcome to the client consultation and profile. So we started by asking the client a few questions on what they did outside of college. They took an interest into netball. We know from previous consultations that they have interest in basketball too and goes to the gym. These sessions are normally twice a week for an hour and a half. She only works around 6 out of 10 if you had to measure it on the scale of between 1 and 10 during those sessions. Our best skills are probably flexibility and power, and she'd like to work on speed, agility and shooting. So we decided to do some tests. Some tests which were relevant were the Illinois test, which measures agility. It's a 4-cone outline, the test, and a length of 10 meters and a width of 5 meters. And the performer must initially sprint 10 meters there and back before weaving in and out of the 4 cones and coming back through the 4 cones on the way back. Finally ending it with another 10 meter sprint back to the 3rd cone and back. This for the hand grip dynamometer test. The subject holds the dynamometer in the hand to be tested, with the arm at right angles and the elbow by the side of the body. When ready, the subject squeezes the dynamometer with maximum isometric effort, which is maintained for about 5 seconds. For the gynometry test, a 360-degree protractor is used and its 2 extended arms are placed to measure the range of motion around the joint. The centre of the gynometer is placed on the joint of the area of the measurement. Both axes are placed along the articulating bones and is calculated by taking the change of angle. The 30-meter sprint test involves running a single maximum sprint over 30 meters, with the time recorded at the end. A thorough warm-up should be given, including some practice starts and accelerations to warm the body up. Start from a stationary position with 1 foot in front of the other, and the front foot must be behind the starting line. This starting position should be held, and no rocking movements are allowed, as this could be used to gain momentum and change the results. The yo-yo test is a variation of the bleep test that allows time for performers to have an active recovery period to simulate in-game aerobic capacity. Cones are placed 20 meters apart with an addition of 5 meters on top, whereby the performer actively recovers between shuttle levels. We continue running between the 2 lines, turning when signalled by the recorded beeps. After each minute or so, the pace gets quicker and quicker, until the performer can no longer keep up the pace and is disqualified when they cannot reach 2 lines in time to beat. For the sit and reach test, the performer will place bare flat feet against the wall with the straight legs, and a test box will help take measurements. They then start to slowly move forward to try and reach as far as possible along the box. Position must be held for 2 seconds for the attempt to be valid, and the best measurement from 3 attempts will be recorded. Here is the informed consent form, which we asked the performer to fill out before. There's reasons to defer or terminate testing. For example, excessive blood pressure of 220 over 115, we'd have to refer them to a medical specialist. Or if the client has requested to drop out for any reason. Faulty equipment, testing equipment means we can't do the test and we have to postpone it. Exhaustion, the performer may be very physically unfit and will have to stop. This will have a knock-on effect on other tests. Pain, injury, if they pull up injured in one of the tests, difficulty in breathing, so shortness in breath, or if they have regular heart rate, you have to send them to a professional, as there is a risk of a heart attack. So here's the risk assessment. So there's a few tripping hazards, especially when doing the Illinois test. It's quite low, but the coach should be aware. Keep an eye out on the equipment, make sure it's all set up properly. Slipping when changing direction, especially when doing the Illinois test and the 30-meter sprint. Suitable footwear should be used, and avoid wet icy patches if this is being done outside. Jewellery, the performer should remove jewellery in all activities. The coach will ask performers to remove all jewellery to make sure tests are as accurate as possible. Slippery surfaces, especially in the pool and outdoors. Coach should be cautious of the environment and adapt to their surroundings. Test justification. So the sit and reach, although it is not sport specific, so it does not have the same ecological validity as a plyometric test, there is standardized data sets to compare results and gather a conclusion for the performer. It only requires one piece of equipment, which is relatively available for college and inexpensive. The Illinois, this is a simple test to administer, requiring lesser equipment. Also, the player's ability to turn in different directions and different angles is tested, although this is only as accurate as the performer understanding and bearings of where to go during the test. This could be overcome by the test administrator guiding the performer through the test. The time and inconsistency between areas can be overcome by timing gates, so overall a reliable test to gauge agility. The 30-meter sprint test, minimal equipment is required, so it is simple to set up and conduct. More complex methods of this can be conducted to improve results, such as the addition of timing gates along that measure the performer's times at different stages of the test, and can be conducted anywhere to suit the performer's playing surface, e.g. grass or concrete if they're playing netball. Aerobic capacity yo-yo test. A large group can perform this test altogether, limiting the cost of the tests. Reliability of the test will depend on how strictly the test is run and the previous practice allowed for the subjects. It has a few limiting factors like motivation of the performer that may hinder the end result. The hand grip dynamometer is very reliable as it has digital readings that can be produced with small ranges. It is a simple test to perform. Useful for netball as the wrist is used in passing the ball and catching, so therefore it's a valid test. Gynometry, this has a great ecological validity as this test can measure any joint's range of motion, not just flexibility of the lower back like the sit and reach test. Here is the evidence of me conducting my tests, and here is the client's data. We collected against normative values. I'll go into detail in a second.